Hello, and welcome back to another episode of White Album 2. We are currently playing through CODA. So, basically, Haruki tried to go to work, started having horrible, I guess panic attack might be the best way to put it, where he was physically ill and physically unable to move forward. So he ended up turning around and coming back home to Kazusa, and mysteriously all of his symptoms just disappeared the moment he was with her. So he's trying to get some work done from home, and Kazusa is skipping piano practice, avoiding the real world to stay with one another. Let's continue from here.
そもそも俺、最初からそう感じたことなんかない。今だって我慢なんか全然してない。
Ever since I crossed the final line with Kazusa, the feeling of her skin and the warmth of her body has never caused me pain again.
それよりも、2週間って連呼される方がうざい。
え?
On the contrary, whenever Kazusa gently pushes her skin against mine, whenever she touches my lips, whenever she accepts me, I feel peace return to my heart. I feel a kind of euphoria that, by far, supersedes any feelings of guilt over my betrayal, and I find myself wanting to experience it over and over again.
俺、そんな約束した覚えなんかないからな。お前が勝手に決めつけてるだけだからな。
春樹。
まだ何も決まっちゃいないんだからな。
Well, that's the big problem of the game, isn't it? However, that euphoria might be the same kind that one gets when taking highly addictive drugs.
だからな、カズサ。
And like saying something like that if you aren't strongly considering going toward Kazusa is so wrong. Like he just keeps them both on a string. Kazusa's like, she set the boundary. She's like, after 2 weeks we're done. And he's like, but what if we're not done? It's like, well then decide that. But don't keep her hanging like that. That is torture. That's why, as if I'm swept away by some fever, I strongly pull Kazusa into my arms and push her down on the bed.
もっとたくさんお前のことを感じたい。
春樹。
お前の温かさ感じたい。柔らかさ触りたい。匂い嗅ぎたい。いいよな。
けど今まだ朝の10時だぞ。
What does the time of day matter, honestly?
それが
Exactly.
今からだとたくさん抱き合えるな。
今日はまだ14時間もある。
それは夢みたいな話だ。
How romantic. I'm doing this so I can calm down my heart, so I can continue being myself. I'm doing this so I can free myself from the severe withdrawal from the drug called Kazusa. I need to do this so I can rid my body from the dizzying headache and throbbing of my heart that attacked me even this morning when I boarded the train. And comparing Kazusa to a drug is a very big point here.
インフルエンザだって?
Oh no. This is mentioned in pretty much every single analysis of this route, is the fact that she has become a drug to Haruki. Like, he can't live without her, but it's not a healthy way to live either. In this instance, in the way he's going about it.
はい。昨日連絡した後、すぐ病院に行って検査したら。
なんだよそれ。ってことは最低でも1週間は来れないって。いや、来たらいけないってことじゃないか。
本当にすいません。アンサンブルの方、ちょうど実作業が始まるって頃に。
What a liar.
ああ、いや病気ならしょうがないだろう。お前の場合仮病のわけがないし。これ松岡が言ったら信じないけどな。
And also destroying his credibility at work. Even unintentionally, Hamada-san's words mercilessly pierced my heart countless times like needles. But this time alone, I have no one else to blame. Rather, no matter how I look at this, I'm the only one who's being terrible here.
そっか。まあ両方の編集長には俺から言っとくわ。ちょっと体制がどうなるかはまだわからないけど、とりあえず何か決まったらこっちから連絡するわ。
申し訳ありません。こっちでできる仕事なら今まで通り受けられますから、引き続き指示の方を。
ああ、それじゃあ遠慮なくと言いたいところだけど、さすがにインフル患者に無理はさせられん。完治するまで養生しとけ。
Oh, everyone's so nice to him, and he does not deserve it.
いえ、そんなに体調が悪いわけじゃ。症状そのものは軽くて。
まあそれと東間和沙の取材も当分は控えろよ。今の彼女に移したらそれこそシャレにならんからな。
はい。
この病気に関してはお前が無理したら周りの人に迷惑かかるからな。いつもみたいな行動は絶対に厳禁だぞ。
わかりました。
とりあえずフォローできるところは今からやるから。それじゃお大事に。
浜田さん、本当にごめんなさい。
気にするな。じゃあな。
すいません。
Once I ended the call, I kept bowing my head to a person who wasn't there. And if there was anyone around me right now, they'd point at me while laughing at what I'm doing. Yesterday, for the first time in my life, I committed an act that was unbefitting of a proper member of society and repeated that mistake 7 times over. Okay, let's back up. Because it was absolutely not the first time in your life. I'm pretty sure cheating on your girlfriend is not fitting as a member of society. I'm pretty sure cheating on your fiance is definitely not befitting of a proper member of society. But yeah, you called out of work and you can call that like the worst sin of your life. That's fine. I pretended that I was ill for a whole week at that. Moreover, I did it in such a sloppy way that my lie would immediately be revealed at the first request of a doctor's note. But how else could I explain it? I try going to the station every day, but every time I try getting on the train, I suddenly feel terrible. I'm not a middle schooler trying to skip school. What's happening to me? At the sight of my own pathetic face reflected in the mirror, my expression grows even more pathetic. I threw up in the station toilet. I rested for 30 minutes on the bench, yet my nausea and my dizziness wouldn't leave me. It's bad enough to get in the way of my work, but the moment I head back to my apartment, it goes away as if it was all just a lie. No, more specifically...
春樹、大丈夫か？
なんだよ、すぐに飯の用意するって言ったろ。そんなに腹減ったか？
いや、私のことより、お前、本当に今日も休むのか？
言っただろ。今は東間上沙版だって。出勤する必要ないんだよ。
Don't lie to every single person. They just keep building and building and building off each other.
けど、お前さっき。
先月からずっとそうしてたじゃないか。なんで今更気にするんだ？
It's the moment I heard that voice, the The moment I saw that face. The moment I hugged that soft body in front of me. The moment I pushed my lips against hers. The moment I did the exact same things I had done to her before I was leaving an hour prior, all my symptoms went away as if it was all a lie.
すぐ作るから、もう少しだけおとなしく待っててくれ。な。
In other words, with the way I am now, the longest I can go without my drug is less than an hour. A world where Kazusa isn't present, and one where my superiors, my coworkers, my friends, and the person I consider the most precious to me are present. The world I used to live in. I had begun to look at such a world as uncharted land, the same way normal people would look at the depths of the ocean. That's certainly not a healthy way to live.
本当にお前、自分でブラッシングしたことないのか？
スタイリストとかマネージャーとか母さんとか、その時その時に気づいた人が適当にやってるだけだ。
Okay, listen. Kazusa is not good at many things, but she can't even brush her own hair. That fact is just, it boggles me. Come on, how do you live?
粗末に扱うなよ。こんな宝物。
粗末にしたくないからこそ自分で手入れしないんじゃないか。
納得したけど、したくない。
Kazusa's magnificent long hair smoothly slides across my brush. Just with a single grasp of the hand, it slides along my palm like water. It's like a work of art whose peculiarity is that it has no peculiarity. If someone were to ask me what Tomoyoko's greatest masterpiece was, I might decide on this hair.
あ、枝毛めっけ。
お前のせいで痛めたんだろうな。髪にも何度もかけられたから正義。
How crude.
もう少し言い方に気をつけろ。
事実なんだからしょうがない。髪洗うとき結構ゴワゴワになってるんだぞ。
すみません。
Kazusa twirls her hair around her finger in boredom as her statement ruins the mood of our unreserved conversation.
別にいいよ、髪なんか。女の命とか言ってるけど、切ったところでぶっちゃけ死なないし。
はあ、日本語の正しい使い方を一から再教育してやりたい。
お前のためなら売ってしまってもいいぞ。
そうしたら俺はお前のために懐中時計を売るのか？
I'm trying to picture Kazusa with short hair now, like if I squint my eyes a little bit. She could, I mean, she doesn't look exactly like Io, but she could pull off an Io-like look if she chopped off all her hair.
バーカ。
バカというやつが愚か者。
Well, then you must be the biggest idiot of all. You call people idiots all the time.
なんと、こら、くすぐったいって。
Setting aside the dispute over who is contradicting the other for no reason, I dig my face into Kazusa's hair, transparent as a piano wire.
くそー、いい匂いしやがる。おまけにサラサラだし。
お前が買ってきたシャンプーの香りなんだから、お前好みに決まってるだろ。
ああ、もうずっとこうしてたい。
Well, there's a very easy way to be with someone forever. Step 1 is breaking up with your current fiancé. Step 2 is going out with the new person. There you go, I've simplified it for you.
そんなの、お前の勝手にすればいい。私は嫌だなんて一言も言ってない。
At my inappropriate behavior, Kazusa merely twists her body around as if feeling tickled and accepts me wholly.
カズさ。
And I, as if being lured by her scent, as if being enveloped by the delicate softness touching my face. I put more and more force into my arms embracing her. I bring my lips, kissing her cheeks, closer and closer to her mouth. And right before the perfect moment, we are rudely interrupted by a sound. Kazusa picks up the cell phone from the top of the dresser, looks at the screen, and frowns just a bit. Actually, the only people who would call Kazusa in this country could be counted on just one hand.
陽子さん
のマネージャー。
あ
Because of that, I can guess what the call will be about.
昨日スタジオに顔出さなかったし。
そうだったな。
After all, she was in bed with me from dawn till dusk yesterday. What a productive day. After all, she was moaning, laughing, dozing off, and kissing my lips and skin.
もう10時だし。
うん。
It is said that it can take days for a pianist to recover from a single day of skipped practice. And if that goes on for multiple days, then keeping a proper condition for the concert less than 2 weeks away is next to impossible. That's why now, what Kazusa just did could be considered reckless beyond any reason.
いいのか
I think it's very much not okay, but, you know. Had it been just a few days ago, I'd have lectured her.
なんでそんなこと聞くんだ
But Kazusa was very slightly hurt by my question that conveyed that I had an unimaginable attachment to her.
今お前がすぐそばにいるのに、手を伸ばせば届くところにいるのに。
カズサ
なのに出て行けって。随分と冷たいこと言うんだな。
And this way of thinking is also extremely unhealthy.
出てけなんて言ってない。だいたいここお前の部屋だ。
へりくつ言うなこのバカ。お前私にそばにいてほしくないのかよ。
いてほしくなかったらこんな風に手を伸ばして掴んだりしてない。
春樹。
And I accept that slight bit of unreasonableness in Kazusa. My embrace around Kazusa's thin body has already grown strong enough to almost break it.
行くなカズサ。俺のそばから離れるな。
Okay, well, again, really not healthy.
この育児なし。どうして最初からそう言わないんだ？なんでいつも私に決めさせるんだよ。
Not to mention, Haruki has no right to say that. He literally still has a fiance, and he's like, don't leave me, don't go. Like, excuse you.
もう離さない。
3手遅い。
絶対離さない。
2手。
二度と離さない。
あと
ずっと離さない。今日も明日も明後日もずっとだ。
I mean, that's a great proclamation, but you have to actually act on it. With those final words, Kazusa finally relaxes her shoulders and leans against my chest as if entrusting herself to me. Her expression is a smile with the slightest tinge of self-contempt in it. Oh, well, that's sad.
せっかく溶かしてもらったのにな。
また何度でもしてやるから。いつでもいつまででも。
Because we both knew. The hair I spent so much time working on was going to once again be turned messy. After that, I turned off my cell phone too, in front of Kazusa. I had 2 texts from Setsuna, but I didn't even look at them. Oh, that's not nice.
Nani 見てる?
月。
あ
Another day spent from morning till night in bed. And again, another day that's, well, not just physically unhealthy, because you really should be doing more than just laying in bed, but also socially and pretty much everything else unhealthily as well. The only time either of us put on any clothes was to greet the restaurant delivery man who came with our dinner. Idle days like these might be something Kazusa has long since gotten used to, but they're completely unimaginable to me.
雪、見てないな。こっち来てから一度も。
そうだっけ?
みぞれはあったけど。
Sleets? I don't think sleets is a word. I'm pretty sure it's just sleet. Morning, day, night, forgetting time altogether and just going at it with such passion that one could mistake our sleeping for us fainting. Once we wake up, we do it again. We spent that time together even as the date changes. This lifestyle that has absolutely no value to the world at large, yet is completely irreplaceable to the 2 of us.
そういえば今年は暖冬なのかな?
その割に寒いけどな。
Kazusa wraps around my warm body once again, as if she hadn't been holding it all day. Of course, I naturally reciprocated with an even greater force.
見たいのか? 雪。
私はどうだろうな。
そういえばストラスブールは降ってたな。
ああ、めちゃくちゃ冷たかった。
Yeah, especially since Kazusa was running barefoot at that time.
当たり前だ。お前靴履いてなかったじゃないか。
あの時はさ。いいや、もう今さら言ったってしょうがないことだ。
That night in Strasbourg, endless memories of 5 years ago. Whenever Kazusa and I saw the snow, there was always one more person seeing that very same snow.
東京で見れないならさ、見に行こうか、雪。
え?
The person who loved the snow the most among the 3 of us. And the person who once hated the snow the most among the 3 of us. The person whose very name had the character for snow in it. And how painful must that be? You know, it's literally a kanji in Setsuna's name, the word snow. And just, oh man, that poor girl.
降ってるところ、どっか北の方行ってみないか?
旅行?
But now, I desperately chase that name out of my mind. I'm afraid that my body and my heart will react that same way again.
ああ、旅行しないか、2人で。
春樹と2人で旅行。
一面の雪見に行かないか？日本の雪久しぶりだろ。
I wonder who it was who said to us, I want to see the snow, all those years ago.
一面の雪か。いいな。
Perhaps that was the first time Kazusa and I started to like seeing the snow fall down. And that was when times equally as painful as those we enjoyed followed. Especially for Kazusa. That scene where she's like bawling her eyes out and punching the steering wheel. Just, oh, that was the worst.
明日旅行代理店覗いてみないか？どこか雪の綺麗な場所を探しにさ。
行くなら急がないとな。もう今週くらいしか。
別に慌てなくても大丈夫。3月いっぱいまでなら雪が積もってるところなんか日本にはいくらでもある。
3月？
Yeah, there's a lot of unspoken words in that statement.
雪だけじゃないぞ。春には花見、夏には海水浴、秋にはもみじ狩り。何しろ日本にはどこにも真似できない四季がある。
Kazusa, who has until now looked at me with a distant smile, over time starts to look more and more lonely as she lowers her gaze. The more passionate my words become, the more the light disappears from her expression.
お前はこの国のことを嫌いだって言ったけどさ。
But no matter how big the difference in our body temperature becomes, I can't stop myself from speaking.
でも本当の日本はさ、お前が知ってるよりももっと美しくて絶対にお前が好きになれる国なんだから。
春樹、もうやめ。
Yeah, because all of these what ifs is really just gonna destroy her, knowing that you've already both set the agreement to part after next week.
だからずっといないか。またこの国で暮らさないか。
I spoke those words without any consideration of the future, without any idea of what would happen next. They were merely the words that came to my mind. But at that moment, the feelings I put into words had no hint of lies in them. Neither did I have any doubt of my happiness if she actually did stay.
考えてみないか。そしたら俺。
やめろって言ったのに、どうしてお前は。
コンサートが終わった後もさ、こっちを活動拠点にしたらいいだろ。大丈夫。お前日本じゃ引く手あまたなんだから。
And what? Do you expect her to just continue living as your side piece forever? Like, is this so unfair of him to be asking her?
いい加減にしろよ。夢みたいなこと言うな。
チケット瞬殺したんだぞ。たった1回や2回のコンサートじゃちっとも需要と供給のバランス取れてないんだぞ。
そんなのただの流行だ。1年もすればすっかり忘れられる。
ピアノならどこでだって続けられるだろ。今のカズサなら不可能じゃないだろ。
春樹。
だから日本に戻ってこいよ。なあカズサ、これからもお前俺のそばに。
春樹。悪いけど考えたこともないよ、そんな未来。
However, the joy I had expected from her at that moment was something that only I felt. Something that only I felt moved by. Well, she felt moved by it too, but like, she doesn't think of that as being realistic because you won't choose her. That's the problem.
それ言ったらおしまいだろ。今までのルール全部なかったことになるんだぞ。
けどさ。
Frankly speaking, it's nothing more than a self-satisfactory proclamation I made to clean everything up.
そんなのはお 前が日本を捨てるって未来を考えたこともないのと同じだ。
But if that possibility truly does come to fruition, I can't even imagine what conclusion will be waiting for us.
考えたこと愛だろ。
俺が
I don't even have the courage to face it. It's just like my reasoning 5 years ago.
私が考えてくれって言ったら本気で考えるのか。
日本を
無理だろ。それと同じことなんだよ。
My reasoning is so awkward that even Kazusa, who has never beaten me in an argument before, can completely shatter it. An impossible suggestion collides with the impossible suggestion made before it, causing both to break down without a sound.
ごめん。俺バカなこと。
やめろ。もう何も言うな。
カズサ。
私今すごい見当外れなこと言った。だから忘れてくれ。
見当外れって。
とにかく忘れろ。それがお互いのためだ。
Yet, just as it was about to break down, at the very last moment, Kazusa loosened her grip on her strict conviction. She was the slightest bit taken by my ridiculous and utterly absurd suggestion that was supposed to be out of the question.
私寝る。今日はもうしない。おやすみ。
Me? Abandon Japan? Abandon everything? All for the sake of one precious thing? It's more likely than you think.
おやすみ。
Is such a path even possible? It's kind of breaking the fourth wall there. Who knows? Is that a future that even a single person could say they'd be satisfied with? And with this change in scenery, I think that's a great place for us to stop off for now. A little awkward between Kazusa and Haruki right now, because it's coming up on the date where they're supposed to separate. Haruki's head is still stuck in Dreamland, and Kazusa's desperately trying to remain out of Dreamland, if that makes any sense. So, thanks so much for joining me on this episode of CODA, and I'll see you on the next one shortly. Until then, hope you take care. See you!